Hello to Sunday morning. This is probably my favorite morning of the week. I just like to get things together, refilling my pill box, journaling. I just started this new Archer and Olive journal. It was from a quarterly subscription box last year, and I found it was really good for a to-do list, the shape and size of it. So that is what I like to do each day for now. And then also watching the Sunday message, of course, from Life Church. One thing about mental health and recovery after a crisis is that it is just a continual thing you have to do every day. You have to make that decision, that choice to keep going and to tap into the tools the coping skills, the support systems you have, things like that, because days will just happen and you find yourselves falling back into those old ruts and thought patterns and stories. And I just wanted to say that also being properly diagnosed and properly medicated do so much to help. Now that I've been diagnosed with bipolar, and then back in 22, I was diagnosed with autism. Having these and learning more about them and recognizing how they show up, the traits that come up with, autism, my need for routine and all that stuff. And then with bipolar, recognizing that my mood can just go up and down. And sometimes I don't even understand why. Like yesterday, I had a very productive day. I was reading, journaling, doing some hand lettering, just really productive, felt great. And, still riding the waves of the loss of Hershey, my cat. But I was feeling pretty solid. And then in the evening, it was just like, what, depression. And I'm like, why? Where? Why are you coming? And I couldn't really give a reason for it. But then my brain starts thinking about reasons for it. Like, okay, well, we've got to have an explanation for it, right? And I bet you that's the autism kicking in, because I always want an explanation. I always got to figure out the why. And so then I start thinking about this friendship that ended last year and missing this old friend and wondering, should I reach out to her? Should I try and repair? Should I do this? Should I do that? I wonder if. And spiraling into that, rabbit hole, which really sucks because, I didn't do anything. I just kind of sat with it. But that still comes and goes, as I'm grieving that loss of friendship. But one thing that really helps, again, is being properly medicated and diagnosed, so you're kind of aware of these things when they might creep up. I was able to bounce back out of that episode today. I felt pretty good. But still the lingering, OCD thoughts of this friend and wondering if and whatnot. But I don't think enough time has passed between the end of this friendship and maybe reconciliation. Unlike my one from 2022, where we kind of took a break and just broke up the friendship. Recently, I asked if she would maybe want to be friends again, if we could try it again. And I'm already noticing that there's not all this codependency tendencies between either one of us. We're just kind of letting it breathe, letting it go organically. We're not consistently needing to talk all the time or needing the validation of one another, and it's great. So we both have grown so much in the span of 2022 to now, which, what is that, 4 years? And so I'm wondering if I'm just not at that place yet with this other ex-friend, and maybe it'll happen, maybe not, but noticing these and not getting mega down in my feels or feeling like, we need to leave this planet. That is a major win that I will take any day of the week. And so sometimes your mental health wins won't be huge. They're not going to be in your face like, oh my gosh, yeah, I did this. You know, they're going to be like those subtle little differences that you notice along the way where you can go, I handled that a lot better than past me. And that's what really matters. Celebrate yourself in those moments.
It is Wednesday afternoon and I am back at a Starbucks, yes, but this time it is for an actual coffee date, not just treating myself. I am meeting up with a friend I met at a networking event last year, and I'm going to kind of pick her brain on fundraising and how she's going about getting funding and grants, and it's just going to be a really nice time to catch up with her and see what she's doing for her organization. After coffee, my champagne glasses arrived that I got to unbox from Cynthia Garcia as part of her Undeniable program. The glasses say, I'd like to thank myself. And my mom used these later this evening to toast Hershey, our almost 20-year-old cat who passed away last week. And it was just such a nice little thing to do together in such beautiful glasses.
God is so very good. Yesterday I got offered the job that I'd really been wanting at the county mental health organization as a peer support specialist. So I'm so excited because it's going to give me the confidence and more experience in what I'm already doing for my organization. I'm like, I can't believe it. And with it only being 19 hours a week, I'm like, okay, do I get a part-time job? Do I see if my current job will let me work like 8 to 10 hours a week? I don't know how I'm going to make up the money difference. I mean, financial aid will help with that as I'm going for my doctorate, but I just, after I got offered the job, I like sent a prayer up thanking God and saying, hey, please help me like come up with the wording for my resignation, but also like, I trust you got me because you always provide. And that's just, I know I'm being led in the direction I need to go, both professionally and personally. And I'm so excited. So I can't believe that happened. My 1 year anniversary at my current job happened yesterday as well. And an unexpected $100 was given to me by my boss. So that was a blessing. And then today, Hershey came home to join the rest of the family. I'll take like a little video to show that off. But she's also here with me, my new necklace. So she'll join Ein with me every day, and we're so excited to have her back. Also today, I got 2 beautiful champagne flutes in the mail. For being part of the Undeniable program with Cynthia Garcia. And it says on there, I'd like to thank myself. And her brand is all about the self, like self-made, self-made, I guess you would sum it up. And it was reading the note that came with it and reflecting on when I first saw her. She was on The Doctors, if anybody remembers that show. And she was promoting her new thing, the Pink Method, and I had just gotten out of my first of only 2 relationships. Felt like crap, felt like I looked like crap, and I kind of wanted a revenge body to show him what he was missing, sort of thing. So I got it, and I've just been a fan and followed her ever since. And so to be in the same space with her and get to know her on a personal level is just like, oh my gosh. And as much life as I have lived and she has lived, and thinking back to when I first saw her, it's crazy. It's so crazy. And she's the absolute best. And I'm so grateful to have her in my life to just kind of teach me the things that I, wish that my younger self knew, but I know now, to rewrite my stories and recognize the stories that I tell myself and be able to, change those thought patterns, change those inner beliefs. And I mean, just look at what I've accomplished. And it's just so crazy to think about past me. I would never, ever in my life thought that I would be going for a doctorate, that I would have started my own nonprofit, that I would have become a life coach. It's just, as you look backwards, and Pastor Craig Groeschel of Life Church always says, look backwards in your life and see how God has worked some of the most terrible moments for the greater good. And I think about that with my hospitalization, or in the case of Hershey, she would have never been part of her family had my parents not gotten divorced when I was 16 years old. Without my parents' divorce, my mom wouldn't have gotten Snickers, our 18-year-old cat, who passed in 2023. She got Snickers from the divorce attorney. And without Snickers, there would have been no Hershey because we wouldn't have had a play date for her. So it's just crazy to think of all these things and the way God is working. I call him God. You can call it universe, whatever you'd like, whatever feels comfortable to you. But I'm just like, it has been really a great week so far. Tomorrow is a grad mixer at my new college, because now I'm up to, what is it? This will be my fourth college and my fourth degree. Yes. So there is a grad mixer tomorrow evening, and I think I'll go to that just to see about meeting new people, experiences. And I'm telling you, this new medication is just it helps with autistic traits and anxiety, because I would have never been like, yeah, let me go to this networking event and just not have much anxiety over it, let alone driving to the event, someplace I've never been before, meeting new people, all these things. So life is just really good lifing right now. And met up with a gal who is doing her own nonprofit, Caven's Helping Hands. I will link them in the description. And they are doing wonderful work to bring epilepsy education and awareness and resources to the community. Really, she is such an awesome person. I'm so thankful to have met her and then be able to just pick her brain on fundraising, grant opportunities, this and that, as she has developed and worked on it, as well as kind of like a baby nonprofit. But she's been in it for a couple of years, so she's a little bit ahead of me, and I got to remember that as I'm still just really starting out. So that is the update for the week so far, the midweek update. And now I am just trying to figure out how to submit a resignation. Look at this absolute cutie I got today. Isn't he just adorable? It'd almost be better if he quack too, but he's so soft. So I follow this lady on Facebook. She does all kinds of crocheted animals and whatnot. I've gotten a couple from her. I've gifted my friend a very cute possum, and I'm tempted to get one myself. They are so soft. They are so cute. And it just for stimming purposes, for, to soothe my autistic self, to just pet it and look at it. And I love rainbow. So I had to have him. So picked him up today. We'll probably call him, so I'm a big fan of Has Been Hotel. If you don't know what that is, I highly recommend it if you're into adult cartoons kind of whatnot. And the music for it is banging. I'm not a fan of musicals usually, but this is a stellar, phenomenal cast of Broadway actors who don't sound Broadway, if that makes sense. And so the interpretation of Lucifer in Has Been Hotel is that he is very a depressed recluse and very traumatized, but he loves duckies. He's like the ducky king. And so I'm like, oh, for my new friend, do I call him Lucifer? Like, are people gonna look at me sideways like, what in the world is this chick doing? So, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited for him. In other news, I unfortunately didn't get to go to the grad mixer. It was not because I didn't want to, but it was because my body told me you can't. I had a pretty significant endo cyst flare, whatever the heck's going on inside of me, and I've been in a lot of pain the last couple days to today too, like my right side a lot, and so I couldn't make it. Stomach issues and then just the pain of that, so I couldn't make it, which I was really bummed about. So hopefully there will be another one, maybe in the fall semester, but so that kept me down yesterday. But tomorrow will be great because I am meeting for coffee with a friend of mine to kind of catch up and maybe see how she can potentially help me and the organization with fundraising and whatnot. So that'll be awesome to catch up with her. And then I get a tattoo tomorrow. Yes, I need another one. My mom and I are getting maybe matching. I'm not quite sure, but like in the same design-ish. I don't know if we'll tweak it a little bit to our own personal preferences, but the design will be mostly the same. It'll be 2 kitties, and I'm so excited because it'll be like in honor of Snickers and Hershey. They were my first 2 cats, and now that we have Jingles and Jangles, it can also represent them. So, and cats are just my fave. So I'm thinking about putting it on the same arm that I have my peony for Ein, who was my corgi, my sweet boy, to be close to him. Sorry if you can hear the outside. My mom is mowing the lawn. So I will wrap this up. But tomorrow, tattoo.
On Saturday, I had yet another coffee date. Yes, things have been busy in my world, and for someone who usually doesn't have a lot going on, this month has been insane. So I decided to try something different this time. Same place as when I met one of my old instructors before. So I went with a Snow White latte or mocha, I think it was, and it was white chocolate with apple. I got it hot. It comes with 2 shots of espresso, and dang, it was so good.
Are you gonna get you something?
If you don't mind me waiting in line for a second.
Go for it.
Okay, that was your dress.
Thank you. I completely forgot.
It had gotten tossed in with another bag of donations from somebody's house, so I spread it down the best I could. You might want to wash it.
Okay. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I found it. I was like, where is it? So I looked and I found it in a bag and I sniffed it. I was like, so I've been like spraying it obsessively for the last couple days.
Oh, no, I would watch it.
I know, but I just didn't want you to grab it and be like,
No, it has been. I know, and I thought, I was like, oh yeah, I could bring some of the clothes that I was going through for myself, and I was like, I don't feel like doing that today. So I was like, I'll visit you at the shop one of these days and just bring it. Yeah, so, yeah.
Awesome.
Go get some good.
my mom and I got matching tattoos in honor of Snickers, who passed in 2021 at 18 years old, and then Hershey, of course, but also just representing the new kittens in our life, Jingles and Jangles, who I think have been, what would you call it? Possessed? Maybe not possessed, but influenced by the spirit of Hershey in them. And then she did have some time to add this little yogi for Cami, who is my chinchilla. She passed in 2020 at the age of 12. So I put the yogi right next to Ein's flower. Ein was my corgi who passed in last year at the age of 13. And so now we just kind of have the family represented here on my arm, my 4 OG babies, and I mean, just nothing can compare to them. They are forever and ever missed. Later that night, I guess spring fever clicked in, or what was it? Spring cleaning fever, whatever you want to call it, kicked in, and I wanted to swap out the statues from where they were to my dresser top and whatever was on my dresser to the other spot. So here I am dusting off everything because it was just so dusty. I'm ashamed. Yes, I know. It's a struggle, but I like it, and we'll see how long it lasts. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to do something since most of the day was dedicated to tattooing. Here is the final result. I am happy with it. My little stuffed animals in one spot, and hopefully I will get in my jewelry box a little more often. And then here are the boys and the girls. Yes, I am a Perfect Cell fan, majorly. Gammas, get them in there. So yeah, I am pretty excited with how it turned out.